Now, when did you actually, what year, what time, decade or whatever you want to call it, did you actually shoot the horseshoes physically off the horses before the double ringers came into?
Oh.
That was when you were young?
We was on the farm. This is back in the 30s.
Back in the 30s? Oh, okay, the 30s, okay.
Yeah, I'd had to go back that far.
Now, when you were doing that, was that something, who got you into doing that? Was it just something your brothers got you into? Or was it your dad or uncles, cousins? Who got you throwing?
My dad.
Is that something he did for a long time?
No.
They never had any picnics or anything like that they got
No.
together and did anything like that?
No. Get a 3-foot stake and drive it in the ground and have a foot sticking out, 2 foot in the ground, and be about that high.
Okay.
Any kind of a stake, one that would bend.
Where'd you learn that? I mean, your dad taught you that?
Yeah,
Okay. How old were you back then? Yeah,
12.
12? So you started shooting, your first memory of shooting horseshoes was around 12 years old?
We couldn't hardly, we couldn't throw the distance. We'd be all over the place.
Did he let you move up to 30 foot and shoot from there? Or you didn't even think about doing that back then?
We didn't even measure. We could throw it that far, so that's about as far as where you.
Shoes pretty heavy back then? Were they made of, what were they made of, like iron or?
Some were probably, or each horseshoe is supposed to weigh 2 pounds, you know.
Okay.
2.5 pounds. Well, these shoes here, some of them weighed 4 pounds, some of them weighed 2 pounds.
Now, did your dad make those, or the local blacksmith? How'd you get the shoes? Did you buy the shoes, or did your dad make them?
Every farmer had horseshoes.
Okay.
Because they had horses. You had to buy the shoes. They were pretty well wore out by the time we got to play with them.
Okay. So was there? Did you pretty much keep with it once you started throwing shoes back in the 30s when you were 12? Did you sort of keep with it, or you did mess around with other stuff and then finally came back to it? And
every summer, just for sport, we'd throw horseshoes, see if we could make a ringer, you know. Once in a while, you'd throw one on there.
right.
The shoe would go this way and whichever way you.
So did you start throwing a turn shoe right from the get-go, or were you flipping it?
No.
Were you flipping them? What were you doing? Just getting it there, right?
That's why.
When did you actually start? What was your first really serious way of throwing? Was it a flip shoe, or was it a turn shoe, or what were you doing?
It was, seriously, it was when we got in the league.
Oh, the leagues, we're talking 1976 now? Around in that area? Or are you talking after war, like late 40s?
I think.
So I'm sort of missing something in between, like the late 40s compared to mid 70s. So I'm somewhere in there. I'm missing like 30 years of horseshoe play. So I don't know. You probably were dating, getting married, having children. No?
No, I myself actually started seriously playing horseshoe when I seen. See, we were still in the farm yet, and I seen some other guys throwing like the double ringer shoe.
Okay.
That was a pretty nice shoe compared to these other misfits.
The 3-pound shoes, the 4-pound shoes, everything else other than that, right?
Yeah, well, they're around 2 pounds.
2 1/4.
Yeah,
Now, when was that? You were still on the farm, or?
somewhere's in there.
I'll look up how old the double ringers are. I don't know when they manufactured those, when they first started manufacturing those, but I'll find that out. But who is your first influence? I mean, you have no idea. You just saw some dudes throwing these, and it sort of got you, sparked your interest.
Yeah, watching other players play.
Right.
Good shoes, you know, and pitch them right. I mean, like Sudsy, I don't know when he would have thrown the first good shoes, you know, double ringer shoe.
Right.
That was a good shoe then. They're all alike, you know, and
Right. Yeah.
different colors is all.
And the weight wasn't.
Pretty even.
It was pretty. Yeah, it was pretty even. But
They're pretty even.
compared to today's standards, it's it's pretty wobbly as far as that goes. So you saw those guys throwing that shoe, and from there you had really no idea how to throw a shoe. So did you just watch and learn from them, or did you actually talk to them and they taught you a little bit?
Well, Roger and Hiram were the ones that had good shoes.
Okay.
And we had the wobbly ones.
So you actually competed with actual horseshoes. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay. Against these other guys, Hiram, that actually brought the manufactured horseshoes specifically for throwing horseshoes.
yeah. I never had a good pair of horseshoes until that'd be the late 30's at Peterson Park where we threw. And they were good. Once you threw for a couple of years, you got used to throwing them, you know, and they fit pretty good.
Okay.
I thought they were pretty good at the time. And then when you found out they weren't so good, when you look at the shoe, this side be real thick over here and this side be thin over here. That'd be a wobbly shoe then.
Right.
It wouldn't.
Now, was that from hitting a stake or just being on the horse?
No, that'd be wore that way from on a horse.
Okay.